Whippersnaps, it's Tortimer the Grey. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Minecraft on the TimeShot server. It's been a little while since we've been on the server. I think it's probably been about 2 weeks, maybe, since the last video you guys saw. And it's been a really long time since I've been out here at the Donator Hall, because we've been doing lots of collabing and stuff, doing lots of stuff as Judge Grey and everything like that. And so, yeah, just haven't really been out here a lot, which is it's just strange, but I'm sure you guys have heard up to this point, so I'm not going to really beat around the bush. The server is resetting soon. We don't know, well, you guys don't know how soon exactly, and I'm not going to get into it, but relatively soon, Season 2 is happening, and that's not really a spoiler. Poet fave, it's out there. People are aware. The server is resetting. So that's kind of changing a little bit what I'm planning to do out here, or what I was planning to do out here, because I had this big expansive ocean base planned and things like that, and at this point, with the reset happening, it's just not really going to be worth getting into all of that, partially because I just don't have time. I just don't have time, even if, you know, we weren't resetting for like another year potentially, like, I just probably wouldn't have time to fully realize, as long as it took us to build this place, I just wouldn't have time. Ooh, lovely. I think Code is on. Yeah, Code's on! So Code's back. He's been on vacation, finding himself out in the real world, and finally feeling the pull to come back and do some stuff, so Code is back. So I wanted to get some stuff going here. I want to get this place at least to a wrapped up state. We may not be able to get it to exactly where we wanted it to be, when we were initially conceptualizing everything, where we wanted this to end up, but I think we'll be able to get it to some place that'll be pretty nice, and then we can feel good about that, even if it's not necessarily exactly where we thought we did want it to go at the beginning. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think, initially when we started talking about reset stuff, I was a little hestitant, because it's like, knew we're on the server, had these big grandiose plans and things like that, but then pretty much once we finished up the Donator Hall, and it's still not 100% done, but once we kind of got to the point where the Donator Hall was pretty much done, I kind of got, I started feeling a little more open to the whole, concept of potentially, resetting, because I'm actually really excited about what I want to do in Season 2 already, and things like this, and I feel like we're at a good place. The Donator Hall has been completed more or less, and we're going to work on that a little bit today. So yeah, the reset is coming. Season 2 of TimeShot will be happening at some point. I think Season 1 of TimeShot has lasted longer than any other season of any other SMP. It's been 2.5 years on this map or whatever, and we've only been here for about a year of that at this point. Actually, I didn't even think about it. So yeah, we missed my 1-year TimeShot anniversary. I joined TimeShot at the beginning of June last year, so it's end-ish of June now, so there we go. But we've got some stuff to do. Let's we don't have any levels. I didn't think any of this through. Okay, here we go. We've got to go back. We gotta go to spawn. We've got to get... What? My connection has not been great on the server today. That's not an unusual thing for me, though, unfortunately, to not have the greatest connection to the server, which is weird. I must be, my internet connection must just be bad, because, like, Code lives, just north of me, a couple hours north, and, his ping is fine, and, like, we're both probably equidistant to Chicago, so if the server was hosted in Chicago, it would probably be about the same. So I don't know. I feel like Fabe can get on and get a better... I don't know where the server is hosted, but I feel like it's probably a problem on my end more than it is on the server. My internet's not, like, amazing. We're not on fiber or anything, but it should be fine. I don't know. It's weird. I can upload stuff fine. Like, videos and stuff, it doesn't... Like, when Poet's uploading, he can't do anything on the server. Or online. Like, he can't record. He's like, well, I'm uploading, my computer's locked up, basically. Or at least his connection is... I don't know. It's weird. But also that base out there is a little bit laggy too. So yeah, as we get away from that base with all the stupid guardians and everything, it gets a little less laggy. So it may just be that as well. Okay. Oh, I need leads. We do have a couple of donations that we need to process. We've got one new donation and 2 donations to update, if that makes sense. So we need leads though. I recently died again in the water. No, or lagging again. I recently died again in the water. Okay, so I don't have any leads just laying around. Is that what you're telling me? It's just string and slime balls or something, which we can craft. So let's just do that. That'll be easier. So I died. Yeah, I was working, trying to get the base. I think it's maybe or is it this? Is it? Hold on. Is it 1 slime ball for? There we go. Okay, got it. We're gonna craft a couple of these because why not? Perfect. That way we'll have some. In fact, I'll put half of these just in the ender chest, so if this ever happens again, got some on hand. Ooh, there we go. Okay, perfect. Now, next order of business, we need to get a couple of levels as well. So let's head to the end farm really quick. I guess I have showed off the end farm since it got completed, but we'll head there. But yeah, so I was working on the donator hall because, as I said, we're not going to be able to do exactly what I wanted to do, but I wanted to get it to more of like a finished state. I think the last time you guys were probably out at the donator hall, I had started like putting out like the bridges and stuff that were going to connect from the donator hall, which was supposed to be the central hub of a much bigger ocean base. I had those bridges extending from the donator hall to connect up to the next set of platforms and things, but it's just not worth doing that at this point. I think it'll be fine to have it be a nice standalone thing out there, and we can maybe save some of those other ideas for Season 2, but I don't know how much of that will translate. I actually have a lot of really fun ideas that I've got planned for Season 2, and for the rest of the season that don't involve just building by myself out on a platform. We figure we'll enjoy this map as much as we can before then, but yeah. So, yes, I was working on the next, version, 2.0 or whatever of the donator hall base, because making some changes to the overall design because of obviously the change in design, and I got killed by a guardian. I was getting some lag. It was actually the lag's fault. So I was in the water. I was working on some things. You guys may have seen. As opposed to the bridges going out from the thing, I've kind of got the colored paths going down toward the water level, and I'm going to build kind of like a ring of wood, kind of like a floating dock there around the platform, so that we can put some stuff down there and park boats and everything. It's something we've needed for a long time. We basically used like a little ad hoc dirt staircase on the side of the platform to get up from boats and stuff like that, which is dumb. We should get something official in there. So that's what we're doing. This one. It's got this place all nice and dolled up. I think it's probably pretty much the same as the last time we were out here. Okay, so I didn't bring my... Oh, wait. No, he's got a sword here for people to use. That's right. Oh, killing! Perfect. So we'll get some experience here really quickly, so we can do, because we've got one name tag we have to do, so we probably are actually good. Crap. The question is, does Tortimer have a name tag? Oh gosh, I'm prepared for episodes. Yes, we do have name tags. Okay, perfect. That'll work out. Alright, so let's put this back. I never say no to pearls. So we'll keep those on us. And let's head back out. But yeah, so working on that. Got killed by a guardian. It seems like at some point in the 1.9 or 1.10 updates that potentially invisibility potions as it relates to evading guardians may not work as well. I think either Kate... Black or Jim. Somebody at some point was like, why don't you try using invisibility potions? When we first got out here, we were dying all the time and losing our stuff. Uh-oh. We'll be right back. Well then. little bit of a rubber band there. My connection's not doing great, apparently. I don't know. Whatever. We'll keep on keeping on. But somebody, I forget who it was now, but I gave him credit at the time, was like, well, why don't you try invisibility potions? I was like, I don't know if that'll work, but we'll give it a shot. And it did work. It worked really great. We were able to get, stuff back. We were able to be in the water building, all that jazz. But I don't know if it's lag related or what, but I died in the water. First off, I had been out at Huck's place for some reason. I don't know. My spawn was set at Huck's place, so I spawned out there, run all the way back up to the ocean base, and try and get my stuff with the invisibility potions and everything. They pretty much tag on me right away, so I don't know if it was lag, like because I was lagging, they were able, like the potion effect wasn't rendering properly or something, like it wasn't taking effect appropriately, so they were able to see and kill me, or what exactly the issue was. I tend to blame lag. But because I got killed by the Guardian because of lag, because I was in the water working on the base, and they're not supposed to be able to one-shot you, but the first time that I got any indication that I was being attacked, it was like, you were killed by a Guardian. Like, so I must have just been getting hit all over the place, but lag was keeping me from actually, like, being aware of that, which if I knew I was getting attacked, I would have gotten out of the water first, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, so I think, and so several subsequent attempts, I was able to get some of my stuff back. I think I've got it just still, I haven't even put most of it back on. I grabbed my shovel and my pick because I was actually doing something productive. But, I mean, we lost our pants and our helmet. Our axe is gone, our bow's gone, all the arrows are gone. So this is everything that I was able to salvage from getting killed. And I had a bunch of materials on me that we were working on, some of this stuff, so I'll show you guys really quickly. Well, anyway, so these bridges used to come out, and now I've got them coming down to water level, and on one of these sides, I think it's the yellow side, so right here, yes, well, assuming that's, no, it's not the yellow side, because I haven't finished building the yellow side, we were going to do that together, but, working on a wooden ring around, okay, so it's on the only side that I haven't checked, so we'll see that in a minute, but yeah, so long story short, I died, lost most of my stuff. I may rebuild that at some point. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so let's dump off some of this for the moment. Alright, so let's do donator haul stuff. While we're here, let's go ahead and get that going. So, we do have one new donator, and they and I are still figuring out the details, but they sent up, it is Yavu is how I believe that is pronounced. And I apologize if I'm messing up your name, but Yavu set up a recurring payment in PayPal. So every month they set it up for a recurring payment. And I sent them an email, we haven't gotten everything figured out yet, but I'm like, that's basically what Patreon's for. If you sign up on Patreon, you'll get all kinds of rewards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually set them up down here in the Patreon level. Because I expect that we will get that figured out and they will move their recurring donation over to Patreon so I can get them all the fancy rewards and everything that they deserve for that kind of, okay, so this is $1 to $4 a month. What? Because the donation that Yavu has currently set up, oh, right, it does say $5 to $10 a month. Okay, so they will be over here in this particular area. So let's go ahead and Gemma and Thunder, you guys do your thing. Okay, so I didn't do anything with this name tag. Let's go back. But so they have set up a recurring payment of $10, which thank you so much for your incredibly generous donation. Yeah, and we'll get you all set up over on Patreon, get you the rewards you deserve. Let's go ahead and grab this, and we will name this new sheep. Also need to connect with them to figure out exactly what color they want their sheep to be, but that's okay. We'll get that going. All right, so this is baby Yavu here, right? Yes, perfect. And we need to, okay, so what's the format here? So name and then amount. Let's go ahead. And, all right, so Yavu 3, and they are giving very generously $10 per month. Good enough. Okay. Well, fantastic. So there we go. We have one new Patreon it's more or less at this point, so that'll work out very nicely. All right, so other thing we need to do though, unfortunately Gemma is kind of trapped here, but we need to get Gemma out of here because unfortunately, and I don't say unfortunately for me, I say unfortunately for her, you know, she's hit a situation where she is no longer capable of supporting via Patreon. She had to cancel for everybody she was supporting, which I totally understand. You know, times can be tough, and no hard feelings at all, but we do need to get Gemma out of the Patreon area here, and what I've decided to do is, you know, if at any point a Patreon decides they can no longer support, again, no hard feelings. I don't want people to overextend themselves at all. If you can't afford to support, please do not donate monetarily. You know, leave comments and likes and things like that if you want to support the channel, but you can't do it monetarily. I don't want anybody overextending themselves for any reason here. So, oh, come on, Gemma. I know you don't want to leave. I know. I don't want to move you either, but that's where we are now. But so what I've decided to do though, if at any point somebody decides that they cannot continue to support monetarily, no hard feelings, you're welcome back anytime, obviously. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move her out of the Patreon area here, and I'm going to move her up into. So I've calculated the amount that Gemma donated over the course of her time as a Patreon, at least to the best of my estimate. I can't actually figure out how to in Patreon calculate that. It doesn't, like, I can't find a place where it's like, here's what a former, like, I can look at all the data for an existing Patreon, like this is what they gave over their lifetime of their patronage, but once they stop being a patron, then it no longer, I can't find a way to figure that out on Patreon, so I'll have to give that some thought. But alright, so I think it's that and that. Perfect. But I think I figured it out as to what Gemma had donated. So what we're going to do, we've moved her up here to the one-time donator area, and I will just put, so she's going to land in the gold tier. She, actually same amount as ECAT, she, over the course of her patronage, supported me $35 worth. So for 7 months, she had a $5 pledge, which was extremely generous, and Gemma, seriously, it means a lot to me that you were willing to do that, and that any of my Patreons are... Why do I have two crafting tables like 5 blocks apart? But yeah, seriously, no hard feeling, and I don't want anybody to feel like they can't, you know, support for one point, but then like, oh, I can't do it anymore. I don't want anyone to feel like they're trapped in a donation or anything like that. Like, at any time, if you need to stop, please stop. I would rather your guys' lives be in order than you guys feel like you're tied into supporting me. There we go. We have Gemma Girl here, and she donated $35 over the course of her patronage. So thank you so much, Gemma. I appreciate that greatly, and I'm glad some of the other ideas that were thrown around to me were like, oh, well, like, just like I didn't want to remove mine, like I wasn't sure what to do with it, and I got some ideas like, you know what, this is probably the best way to handle this. And especially since we didn't have a one-time donation from Gemma on this level. She had donated as a contributor to the stream, so she has a sheep up there, but she didn't have one on this level, so it worked out really nicely. I could move pink Gemma sheep up to this level, get her a sign, and no violence or anything had to ensue with extra sheep or anything like that. So it worked out perfectly. Okay, so we had one other person we needed to move. Okay, so let's do that. It is, yes, so ECAT also, again, no hurt feelings at all, but ECAT decided that he needed to reduce his pledge, and since we've set it up for the different tiers, you know, we've got $11 per month, or $11 to $20 per month. He had previously been doing $11, and is no longer able to do that, which is, again, no hurt feelings at all. I don't want people overextending themselves, and I just appreciate the support that you were able to give for the time you were able to give it. And he hasn't stopped being a patron, but he has reduced his pledge down to $5 a month. $5 a month. So he'll come over here and I guess fill the sheep-sized hole in the gold tier here. So bring ECAT into here. we go. Grab that there, and we will switch this sign since Gemma is no longer in this pen. Do eCast. We'll do eCat in here, and $5 per month. So perfect. This tier is full. So if you guys want to be Patreons, you have to either give more or less than $5 to $10. No, we'll just expand it. But yeah, so there we go. Let me go ahead and let's dye Yias. I don't know what color they're gonna want in the end, but so they aren't the exact same color as let's do the lapis here. Stand down a little bit. So they're not just the same color, especially since this is the gold. Oh, they just grew up. Well, congratulations, you guys. So perfect. Okay, so let's see. We moved eCat, we moved Gemma, and we installed Yia. So there we go. That is all the donations. Thank you guys so much for donating to the channel. All of the support that you guys give is greatly appreciated. And again, seriously, I don't want anyone to ever feel bad about, you know, not being able to continue support or anything like that. All support isn't completely voluntary, and if at any time you need to discontinue, you are more than welcome to. In fact, I encourage you to do so, because I'd rather you guys, you know, be all set. I don't want to have to worry about you guys and things like that. I greatly appreciate all the support people are able to give, though, and that's the purpose of this. It makes it a little awkward, I guess, that I have to even bring up things like this. Because of the way we've set all this up. There's different levels and tiers, and we use sheep, so it's like a living thing we have to do. Anyway, but yeah. Anyway, thank everyone so much for donating any amount that you guys donate. I really do appreciate it. So, there we go. Now, I want to take a quick look. Let's see, green was where we needed to be, I think. So let's take a quick look here. So we used to have these colored pathways shooting out here, not down, but they used to extend out at the same level here, and they were going to connect up with another platform. With the reset coming up sometime here in the near future, we are going to be changing that up a little bit. They're not going to connect up to external platforms, but I decided to. I actually was originally going to. I actually had removed the colored paths, at least out here, and just filled it in with grass. Because I was like, well, we don't need colored paths if they're not going to go anywhere. But I decided on the inside, I was like, well, you know what, we really should connect down to, you know, something for parking boats and stuff at the very least. And so that's what I've decided to do. I decided to put all the paths back in, and we're going to do, you know, this out here. I think that'll be a better way to do it, as opposed to eliminating everything entirely and just making this a solo standalone thing. It gives a little more character to this. Otherwise, why do we have the color? You know, it would bring a lot of questions. Why do you have the colored quadrants and stuff in the first place? Like, this, you know, and obviously it still doesn't make a ton of sense, but at least the thought was there originally for that. Anyway, so, but yeah, so we're putting in these walkways down to water level. It still works out pretty nicely. The whole thing looks okay. I actually realized as I was down here dying, and it actually is right here, isn't it? Let's see, we got pearls. Some of these posts, I could have sworn I finished up all of this, but some of these posts are not actually, like, there's no actual wood here. So we're gonna try and finish off as much as we can prior to whenever the season 2 reset happens. We're out. So whenever that happens, we'll be ready for it, and our base will be more or less together. But yeah, okay, so this is, I'm thinking maybe like 5 deep, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, so that's right. And probably, I don't really know what shape this is going to take. It'll probably just be an octagon or whatever, like the other, is this an octagon? Hold on. What do you want? Yeah, it's an octagon, sure, yeah. And so it'd probably just be a bigger octagon. I would get following, kind of trying to stay kind of the same distance away from the platform here as everywhere else. So the diagonals is really the only place I really have to worry about that too much. Yeah, anyway guys, I think this episode's probably about right. Just want to kind of give you guys some thoughts on where we're going with this. I know I kind of put out an episode earlier this summer that, you know, TimeShot would be a little bit lighter, this summer, and it has been. I've now taken every series. If you guys haven't seen, I put a vlog up, vlog number something, 9, I think, and it was called Rebalancing Life, and I've decided to take all of my YouTube series scheduleless, and we've been doing that for several weeks now, and it actually is really nice. I'm still kind of at a place where I'm trying to use up some pre-recorded content and things like that, because like I have a ton of Stardew, although I'm never going to be able to catch up on Stardew really, although I haven't played Stardew Valley in like over a month probably, so I guess it is possible, but I recorded enough Stardew at one point to get us through the year. So at doing it like twice a week or whatever, and now we're doing it every other day, which I guess is the only like scheduled thing I'm doing, but I've got so much of it, it's not really a stressful thing. But I think this YouTube thing will be a lot less stressful once we're fully scheduleless, where I can just or like, you know, where I'm like at the point where I'm recording things as I need them. So I'm just like, oh, I need an episode of dinosaurs today or something, and then I just record an episode of dinosaurs and we're good to go. As opposed to like, okay, so I've got all this Jak and Daxter content I need to get out there at some point, and I mean, I think once we are recording, you know, just as we need it, then that'll be a little bit of an easier thing to do. It'll be even less stressful than it currently is, and it's pretty stressless at the moment, because like, if I can't get something out, I just don't get something out, and it's fine. Something will come out, you know, and I don't have to worry about, okay, I have to get this video recorded for this day, and you know, it used to be like I was trying to stay a week ahead, so like if something did happen, but that meant I was still like, you know, doing that constant grind thing. I wasn't recording, you know, episodes for that day, but I was like, well, I have to get this episode recorded today for next Monday or something, and everything. But yeah, so TimeShot's been a little bit lighter. You'll probably see a little bit more TimeShot coming out here for a bit, because with the season 2 looming, I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to miss out on any season 1 shenanigans potentially, and if the shenanigans, like we did the polar bear hunt and stuff with Poet, and Huck and MK, yeah, it was Huck, right? I believe it was Huck. Yeah, no, it was definitely Huck. Yeah, I'm like, wait, am I wrong? It's like I would feel really bad if I'm wrong, but no, it was definitely Huck. And so we did shenanigans there. We'll probably do some more shenanigans, maybe with the law. We got to get some of these cases closed before season 2 happens, things like that, and lots of other things that we've got planned. So probably this may be, I mean, we'll probably try and do one final solo episode in season 1 together at some point, but I'm not going to be filling up like a lot of my TimeShot time with like building out here, so probably I will just finish this off, and we'll do a tour for my final episode, or one of the last episodes. We'll do a tour of all the things we've done on the server, but probably not going to be spending a lot of time like this just doing solo stuff. Obviously, if we get any donations between now and then, we will get that figured out. Probably going to be updating my Patreon reward levels again, but current Patreons will retain their rewards, and if they end up at a new level, they'll get the new rewards, and then any new patrons will get, if they join after the restructure, then they'll get the new rewards too. It shouldn't be too messy, but I do have an idea, so once we get to Season 2, I already know what we're doing for the Donator Hall there, so we'll get all of you guys who are in here reinstalled, so don't worry about that. If you're, I don't think anybody probably was, but I've already got a plan for how we're going to do that in the next one, so I'm looking forward to that. I hope you guys are excited about potentially a refresh of the server, and all of us getting to start out fresh and doing some exciting new things, and the same old TimeShot shenanigans will be there as always, so stay tuned for that, but lots of fun shenanigans coming at you between now and then probably as well. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Make sure to leave those likes, comments, subscriptions for me, guys, and I'll see you all back here next time on TimeShot. Alrighty, guys. Have a good one.